Hi.
Hello. How are you this week?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
Now it's the beginning of the week, and I
Yeah.
understand that we just came out of a Mars retrograde
Oh,
on right?
yeah. Oh
So
my gosh, November 13th. We
right. So
just
that
got
was
out
just
of
a week.
that. Yeah, and we were talking last week.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, we were still in the middle of this retrograde and we had that double retrograde. I mean, this is like a breath of fresh air. I've been waiting for this. Mars and Aries going forward since November 13th. And it's just, I mean,
Wait,
Mars and Aries. Yes.
so tell me, what does it mean for us that
Okay.
Mars is going direct? And specifically, what does it mean for us that it's moved into Aries?
Oh boy. All right. Mars is action. Mars makes things happen. That's why I'm always saying, what is happening in your chart with Mars? Like you got to follow the transits of Mars through each house in your chart
Mhm,
because Mars is going to make something happen. You cannot ignore it.
mhm.
It's going to happen whether you notice it or not. So you kind of want to be able to embrace that energy. And Aries is fearless and it is the fastest moving energy in the zodiac. Aries begins the whole Western zodiac at 0 degrees Aries. It
Oh,
begins the Western zodiac. So it is about new beginnings. It's about getting to start over and to fearlessly start over and to do something new. It brings this beautiful new energy in. So, whatever we've been planning and trying to do, it really allows for us to go forward. It's like a big green light. It's saying, this is now the time to take action. In the Mars retrograde, it was all about let's rethink what we're doing.
right.
And now it's about take action, go forward, implement those plans.
Okay, so with any retrograde, it's correct me if I'm wrong. There's a shadow period, right?
Yes.
So, how long before we can really start driving forward? How long does the shadow period last with the Mars retrograde?
Well, I'll tell you, we can go ahead and go forward right away, but you are right. It's not just going to be this smooth, like you're riding a bicycle, and it's not going to be really, it's going to be like, okay, we got it. You're going to feel, oh, yeah, okay, I'm getting used to it again, doing something. But it's going to be in Aries through the first week of January. And because it was, yeah, so it's going to be, but it's still going to take a couple of weeks. We're going to feel more and more energetic as it goes forward. And you're going to see everyone is going to be a lot more willing to take action. It's just going to be easier for all of us to be taking action.
Okay.
So notice that, now also that can be, anger because Aries is very, very explosive. And depending on how things develop, there's still a lot of people very upset about what's going on in the country. And we could start to see some of that was more hidden during the retrograde start to surface
Yeah.
over the next couple of months.
Interesting. I'm trying to
Yeah.
relate it back to like to what's happening with me personally to see if that illuminates, like sheds any light for people on things. Like today, I'm feeling very stuck.
Yeah.
And that may have to do with my own personal chart, but I wonder if it has to do with this feeling of like pedaling uphill until we get to the real release of the retrograde.
It's
Somewhat.
always a big shift. I mean, and we talked last week, we were all so exhausted. We'd been just going through all of this. So there's a real just burnout
Yeah.
because of the Mars. And so now that Mars is going forward, we actually have a chance to rejuvenate in a way
Mhm.
because that energy is coming back in. So I'm telling everybody, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Get some exercise, take that, use Mars is physical activity. Try to walk, try to do, get that activity in because we are relearning how to use our energy. That's what a retrograde was about. We had to rethink how we use our energy. And so now we're like, okay, we're going to implement all of that. But there is kind of a shift. And we had this new moon in Scorpio,
Mhm.
and new moons are big deals.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that we were going to have a new moon in Scorpio. So when did or does that happen?
So it was just a Sunday at
Okay.
12:01 a.m. Eastern time. We had a beautiful new moon in Scorpio. And this one was nice because sometimes in a new moon, the moon makes really harsh aspects, but it made these beautiful opportunity aspects called sextiles, which are 60-degree aspects to the Capricorn planets to Jupiter, Saturn, and Jupiter, Saturn, uh, and um, and Pluto. They're all three together right now in Capricorn. So the Scorpio moon made beautiful sextiles to those, which really says this new moon allows for deep transformation and healing.
Mm.
And so when you combine that with Mars going forward, but it is, Scorpio is really, really intense. And so I'm sure you're feeling that. I mean, it's just, it's intense, passionate, deep energy. And Mercury is in Scorpio. So there's that, that's also intensifies our communication. So we may be, people are, when they talk to us, it's like it's hitting us a little bit harder than normal.
Mhm.
And that can also be a little where you just feel a little exhausted, because it's like, wow, we got to show up right now
Mhm.
with our communication. We got to show up with our feelings. We got to show up with our energy. It's like it's there. It's very present.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like um, the release from the two retrogrades
Yeah.
and then moving into this transformational energy that has the Aries kind of anger,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
then the passionate Scorpio is making for a real like with me.
Well, actually, it's an inconjunct. No, you just said something really brilliant, Tom. Yeah, because Aries and Scorpio make an inconjunct, a 150-degree aspect. That's not easy to blend.
Mm.
They're in different modalities. Aries is fire, Scorpio is water.
Yeah.
I mean, those are elements I just said. They're in different elements, but they're also in different modalities. The Aries is cardinal and the Scorpio is fixed. So you've got different elements, different modalities, and we have to consciously blend the two. So I always say, find a way to blend the incongruent energies and don't choose one or the other. So we need to right now fearlessly embrace transformation and healing and truth. Scorpio is truth.
Mm.
So I like to say, even when the truth ain't pretty to a Scorpio, it is always beautiful. And that's what we got to, deal in right now. We got to speak our truth to each other.
Mm.
And through that, we will transform and we will heal. So we can transform our relationships right now, our projects, everything, but only by really saying, this is what's going on with me. This is how I'm really feeling. This is how I really feel about you. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
I can
let's have those real discussions.
see that the challenge of the combination of those two things could be in speaking the truth to somebody that may be a hard truth,
Yes,
but that's going to create change.
exactly. That is just so beautifully put. That is exactly right. It is time that we all speak the hard truth, because if we do that, then we can really move forward fearlessly. And Aries, the gift of Aries is also finding new ways of doing things and finding new ways of doing old things.
Uh,
And so it's pioneering energy. We need to be innovative and we need to be pioneers. I mean, the cases are exploding again. We just really need to be as innovative as we can right now, but we also need to be connected to the profound empathy that Scorpio offers, because so many people are going through so much,
yes.
and then connect through that profound empathy, the water, the feeling, and in that bubble of truth and intensity that it gives us.
All right. So healing, transformation, and the and it's sort of I want to say boil it down to like paying attention to the way
Yeah.
these energies come together
Yeah.
so that we can work with them as they may feel uncomfortable at times.
Yes, yes, because it's not a natural blend. And we want to take advantage of it, because then the energy is going to lighten up in a few days. These are the last few days of the Scorpio sun. It's going to enter Sagittarius, which is buoyant, which is optimism. We can all use a nice big dose of joyous optimism.
No kidding.
So,
Kidding.
so we want to view this as, this is a gift. This is a gift to get real, to get deep, to heal, to transform, and to do it in these pioneering, fearless ways. And it is time to take action. Also, any time between a new and full moon is a beautiful time when things you do grow and blossom. And with the Scorpio ones, that means we can really grow and transform and grow in Scorpio ways. So we want to take advantage of it, because then it will lighten up a little bit with the Sag. So
Okay,
now
so
still.
before we wrap up, then you just said something interesting. The Scorpio ways. What are the Scorpio ways?
Yes.
Tell us
So
about.
the Scorpio ways: intensity, truthful, being really, really truthful, and being deep, being empathetic, and connecting to your passion.
Mm,
Scorpio is passion.
yeah.
Obsessions can be beautiful, I say.
Mhm.
Just make sure they are worthy of your time.
Okay.
So, this Scorpio with a new moon in Scorpio, connect to your passion and then fearlessly take those Aries actions to pursue your passions.
Mm.
That's how you combine the Aries with a new moon in
Okay.
Scorpio.
All right. All right.
So,
Let's send the people off with that. This
okay,
gives me something to think about. And
absolutely.
thank you, Heather.
Oh, wonderful as always.